England, a small island nation with a giant history. From ancient tribes to a global superpower, England's story is full of twists, turns, and dramatic transformations. Over thousands of years, different peoples and cultures have shaped England, leaving their mark on its language, laws, and landscape. We'll journey through time, exploring the key events and figures that have made England what it is today. We'll begin with the earliest inhabitants, the Celts, and their encounter with the mighty Roman Empire. Next, we'll witness the arrival of Anglo-Saxons and the ferocious Vikings. The Norman Conquest in 1066 will mark a turning point, followed by centuries of powerful monarchs. From the Plantagenets to the Tudors, our journey will take us through religious upheaval during the Reformation, the turmoil of the English Civil War, and the rise of parliamentary democracy. We'll witness the vast reach of the British Empire and the Industrial Revolution's transformative power. Finally, we'll explore the impact of the World Wars and how England has navigated the challenges of the 20th and 21st centuries. Fasten your seatbelts. We're off on an exciting adventure through English history. Before the arrival of the Romans, the island of Great Britain was inhabited by Celtic tribes. These fierce warriors were skilled metal workers and farmers, living in scattered settlements across the land. They worshipped nature gods and goddesses, leaving behind mysterious monuments like Stonehenge, a testament to their beliefs and ingenuity. In 43 AD, the Roman Empire, hungry for conquest, set its sights on Britain. Roman legions, with their superior military might, gradually subdued the Celtic tribes, incorporating the southern part of the island into the Roman Empire as the province of Britannia. Roman rule brought significant changes. They built impressive roads, towns, and cities like Londinium, present-day London, which became a thriving centre of trade. Roman law and order were established, and Roman culture, including language and customs, began to influence the native Britons. However, Roman rule wasn't to last forever. As the Roman Empire weakened in the 4th century AD, they withdrew their legions from Britain, leaving the island vulnerable to new invaders from across the sea. The stage was set for a new chapter in English history. With the Romans gone, waves of Germanic tribes from continental Europe, primarily the Anglo-Saxons and Jutes, began to migrate to Britain. These Anglo-Saxons, as they became known, were skilled seafarers and warriors. They established their own kingdoms, gradually pushing the native Britons westward. The Anglo-Saxons brought their own language, customs, and beliefs which formed the foundation of English culture and language. They were skilled craftsmen and farmers, establishing a new social order based on kinship and loyalty to their kings. This period saw the rise of powerful Anglo-Saxon kingdoms like Wessex, Mercia, and Northumbria, each vying for dominance. However, a new threat emerged from the north: the Vikings. These fierce Scandinavian raiders, known for their longships and ruthless fighting prowess, began to raid coastal settlements in the late 8th century. They plundered monasteries, terrorized villages, and eventually established settlements of their own, particularly in the north and east of England. The Vikings' raids and conquests had a profound impact on Anglo-Saxon England. They challenged the power of Anglo-Saxon kings, leading to alliances and conflicts. The Vikings' presence also brought about cultural exchange, with their language, traditions, and seafaring skills influencing English society. The year 1066 marked a pivotal moment in English history: the Norman Conquest. William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, a region in northern France, claimed the English throne. He assembled a formidable army and set sail across the English Channel to seize his prize. The Battle of Hastings, fought on October 14, 1066, was a clash of titans. William's Norman forces, with their cavalry and archers, faced the Anglo-Saxon army led by King Harold Godwinson. The battle raged for hours, a brutal and bloody affair. In the end, Harold was killed, and the Anglo-Saxon forces were defeated, marking the end of Anglo-Saxon rule in England. William's victory had far-reaching consequences. He was crowned King of England on Christmas Day, 1066, establishing a new ruling class and a new social order. Norman French became the language of the court and aristocracy, while Anglo-Saxon remained the language of the common people. The Normans brought their own customs, laws, and architectural styles, transforming English society. They built impressive castles, cathedrals, and monasteries, leaving an enduring legacy on the English landscape. The Norman Conquest marked the beginning of a new era in English history. Following the Norman Conquest, England entered a period of significant change and expansion under the Plantagenet dynasty, a powerful family that ruled from 1154 to 1485. This era witnessed the expansion of English territory, the development of legal systems, and intense rivalries within the royal family. One of the most notable Plantagenet kings was Henry II, who strengthened the monarchy, reformed the legal system, and clashed with the church. His son Richard I, known as Richard the Lionheart, was a legendary warrior king who spent much of his reign fighting in the Crusades. The Plantagenet era was also marked by conflict both at home and abroad. England was embroiled in the Hundred Years' War, a protracted struggle with France for control of territories in France. This war saw both victories and defeats for English forces, ultimately shaping the destinies of both nations. Internal strife also plagued the Plantagenets. The War of the Roses, a bloody dynastic conflict between the houses of York and Lancaster, tore England apart in the latter part of the 15th century. This conflict, symbolized by the White Rose of York and the Red Rose of Lancaster, weakened the monarchy and paved the way for a new dynasty to claim the throne. The Tudor dynasty, which ascended to the throne in 1485, ushered in a period of profound religious and political change in England. The most famous Tudor monarch, Henry VIII, broke away from the Roman Catholic Church, establishing the Church of England and declaring himself its supreme head. Henry's desire for a male heir and his annulment from Catherine of Aragon triggered the English Reformation. Monasteries were dissolved, their wealth seized by the crown. This period saw religious upheaval, persecution of those who opposed the changes, and the establishment of Protestantism in England. Henry's children, Edward VI, Mary I, and Elizabeth I, each left their mark on English history. Edward continued his father's Protestant reforms, while Mary, a devout Catholic, attempted to restore Catholicism, earning her the nickname Bloody Mary for her persecution of Protestants. Elizabeth I, one of England's most celebrated monarchs, skillfully navigated religious tensions, establishing a moderate Protestant church and ushering in a golden age of English history. Her reign saw the defeat of the Spanish Armada, the flourishing of English literature and exploration, and the consolidation of England's position as a major European power. The 17th century was a tumultuous period in English history, marked by civil war, political upheaval, and religious strife. The Stuart dynasty, which came to the throne after the Tudors, faced growing tensions with Parliament, leading to a clash between the Crown and those seeking greater parliamentary power. King Charles I's belief in the divine right of kings and his attempts to impose his will on Parliament sparked a civil war in 1642. England was divided, with those loyal to the king, the royalists, battling those supporting Parliament, the parliamentarians. The English Civil War was a brutal and bloody affair. Oliver Cromwell, a skilled military leader, emerged as the leader of the parliamentarian forces. The war culminated in the defeat and execution of Charles I in 1649, an unprecedented event that sent shockwaves throughout Europe. England became a republic known as the Commonwealth, with Cromwell as its Lord Protector. This period saw Puritan religious beliefs influencing English society, the abolition of the monarchy and House of Lords, and Cromwell's firm grip on power.